Good morning, everyone. Please join with us in the lighting of the chalice. The words are in your order of service. Ready?
We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest, truth, and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together.
And as the chalice is lit and as our hearts begin to become calm, let's take just a few seconds to quiet our hearts and quiet our souls before we go any further. And then John will play. Blessed are the wanderers seeking affirmation. Blessed are the worshipers praying from closets, pulpits, pews, and hardship. Blessed are the lovers of leaving family and familiarity, leaving tables where love is not served. Blessed are those who stay. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the queer, disciples of truth, living, breathing, sacred reflections of divine love. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. My name is Charlie Tyler. I'm the pastoral minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Low Country. Thank you for taking time to come and be a part of this service. It will be a little bit unusual today, but that's okay because so are we. And we will find our way through, but I do have a number of announcements I want to give before we go further. However, let me pause for a moment to ask you if you're a first or second time visitor here today, if you're willing, to stand to give us your name. We'd like to thank you for being a part of this. So on my far right, we'll start in order. Thank you, sir. I'll get to you in a minute. On my far right, anybody in that section or against that wall that's first, if you would please stand in your name.
I'm Alex Arnold. This is Dennis. This is my wife Amber.
Welcome. Good to have you both. All three of you. And any more on this section? In the middle section. First or second time visitors, yes?
Michelle Mitchell.
Welcome, Michelle. Thank you. Yes, please.
My dad, Tom Gardo, and my good friend Corey.
Welcome. Glad you can be here today. On my left, your right. Yes, sir, in the back, if you would, please.
Mark Devers. This is my shy daughter, Iris, and my wife, Gigi.
Thank you. Welcome to the bold and the shy alike. Yes, if you would, please. Nice to have you both. Are there other first or second time visitors that are with us today? Thank you all for daring to come and be a part of this. You will have found, I hope, I pray that you have found your way into a caring and compassion and distinctly unique group of people that will love you from where you are and love you always. Thank you for being here today. And we'll continue our time together. There's some announcements that I want to make before I go further. One, we are looking for a volunteer to help with running the audio video equipment. That may make some of you leave right now, but I would need you to stay. We need someone who has an interest in audio equipment and the creating videos. We have some brand new equipment that's absolutely outstanding. In the back, in the corner, is Brian Cuarvo. He had to spell it for me. He's running that now. If you want to talk to Brian, raise your hand so everybody can look around and stare at you. That's our local Pentecostalist. He's back there with his hands in the air. Thank you for that. From the membership committee, thank you to the committee chairs and members who are participating in the committee fair after the service. We all hope that you learn about the important work of all of our committees. Don't forget to mark your calendar also that the annual holiday dinner will be on Thursday, December the 11th. We'll gather back here. Sign up starts next Sunday. There's a potluck dinner. We'll come and share our favorite holiday meals. After our service, you will have the opportunity, those of you that are members, and if you're curious, you can talk to some of our committee people. They've set up in the lobby. Find out a little bit more about what they do, and it might be something that you want to do too. Cookbooks are here. Congratulations. We have sold, this is last week's note, we have sold 80 cookbooks. How many are gone now? Anybody know? A lot. So that's official language, a lot. And we need to sell a lot more. So if you would please contact Mary Ann, who just spoke, Linda, for more information. And speaking of food, make sure your donations are not expired when you donate them to us, because they have to throw them away in the different organizations. Movie night is December 3rd. Beth, where you stick your hands up, see that lady with her hand up if you would like to go. I can't exactly give you the title, but it has a baseball theme. So if you're curious, talk to Beth and she will translate that for you. Path to Belonging continues. We'll be meeting here about 12 o'clock after the committee fair winds down. And we'll be talking to some of you who want to become a member of this congregation by joining our Path to Belongings, the way that we educate our individuals who are interested on who we are, what we're about, how we do what we do, and if you're interested in staying, we'd love to have you. And before I'm through here, is there any other announcements that I need to make before I stop? I think I've covered it all. I do want to acknowledge that the Native American tribes who were the original stewards of the land around this church, were the Kusabo, the Eskamandku, and the Yamasee. We remember their time and their heritage here. Now, if you would please, opening words, Alessandra, if you would.
According to the myth of Icarus, retold by Oscar Wilde, never regret thy fall, O Icarus of the fearless flight, for the greatest tragedy of them all is to never feel the burning light. The ancient Greek myth tells of Icarus and his father Daedalus, trapped in a labyrinth by King Minos. Daedalus crafted wings of feathers and wax to help him escape. He warned his son, don't fly too close to the sun or the sea, for both would destroy the wax and the wings would collapse.
Icarus flew in the middle, listening to his father. But as he flew, he found too much pleasure in the experience to play it safe. He flew higher and higher, coming too close to the sun, and eventually plunging to his death as the wax melted. But as he fell, he laughed, remembering the exhilaration of soaring. We open with this story to show the importance of taking a leap, even if it doesn't always work out. If Icarus had chosen to fly only in the middle and avoided the highs and the lows, would he have ever known the joy of his fall?
Please rise and open your hymn book to hymn 170, We Are Gentle, Angry People.
Good morning. On behalf of the Sandalwood Food Pantry and Bluffton Self-Help, we thank you for your continued support in providing non-perishable items. We welcome your weekly donations on the table in the back of the sanctuary. And as Charlie said, please make sure to check the expiration dates on anything you donate. To support the work that we do within the walls of this beloved community and beyond, we will now offer the baskets for your contributions. Those of you who are visitors with us today, please allow the basket to pass. Your presence is your gift to us. Thank you for your generosity.
Before we begin the next part of our service, I want to add some instruction. This is when we have our joys and concerns, and some of you will come up and express a joy or express a concern. You'll be asked to take a stone from this table. What I would like to ask you to do is when you take that stone, hold the stone in your hand, if you're willing, if this feels comfortable to you, and spiritually and emotionally place that joy inside that stone. Place that concern, that sorrow inside that stone. And then when you put that stone back in the next place it goes to, is you will allow it to carry some of it with you, and then together we share that in that way. Stones have always been a significant thing for cultures for thousands of years. And this is how we take our stones and make them significant, and then they will be taken eventually into their next place. And so, if you would please.
I just wanted to share a joy, and it will come to no surprise to any of you. But over the next couple days, I am accompanying Charlie to Greenville as he is receiving the Professional of the Year through the Hospice of the Low Country.
Good morning, I'm Clay. And after Charlie's instructions, I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? But anyway, I'm going to hold this like this and say what a joy it is to have young people here today running the service.
Hi, I'm Mary Lenny, and my oldest son is having back surgery this week. And I just ask you for your thoughts. It's on Wednesday. He tells me his neurosurgeon says it's not a big deal. historically, I've had a back problem for years, and I always was told to take away, don't do surgery, but I guess things have changed. So keep him in your thoughts on Wednesday. His name is Jay Thibodeau. Thank you.
Speaking in that same vein, I have surgery on Friday. And there's a lot of emotions for it with me. My mom died from ovarian cancer when she was 42, and I'm 40. So I have the BRCA gene. So they are actually going to be taking out my eggs and tubes so that I don't get cancer, which is exciting and terrifying, but a lot of emotions with it as well. I feel like I'm reliving things. So it's been a bit of a trip this past week. So yeah, I'll actually be getting the surgery on my mom's birthday. I felt like that was a little bit of, it was a lot, but I was like, maybe she's looking out for me, so trying to balance that a little bit. So yeah, we've been under some heavy stress, mostly, you know, when mom has a lot of emotions in the house, then everybody has to deal with it. So, but yeah, here we are, and cross your fingers for me. Thanks.
Good morning, I'm Linda, and over the past couple months, I've asked you all to keep my nephew in your thoughts and prayers. We've had both joys and concerns. Well, we're back to concerns again. He had a massive infection in his abdomen. They could not do surgery. His appendix burst. He was on massive doses, PICC line of medication for a month before they could do the surgery, which was 2 weeks ago, and they got back the results, and he has cancer. Rare form, 1 in 2 million get the cancer, and they can't do a thing about it because he has to heal before they can even test. So we've got 4 weeks before he can be tested or they find out anything else out. And he is my sister's surviving son. So if you could please keep him in your thoughts and prayers, I would appreciate it. Oh. Thank you.
I have 2 concerns. One is for a very young member of my family. She's 2, maybe 2.5. Very serious and crippling disease. She was diagnosed this week with RSV, and she is a very ill little girl. So I'm going to place that concern inside this stone. And I also am concerned and want to give to this congregation the information that our church administrator, David and Sarah, who many of you know has been very, very ill, is choosing to retire at the end of this month. And so I would offer to Ellen and to David's family those thoughts and those concerns, thanking him for sometimes holding this church together by the very skin of his teeth to make sure that we got done what needed to be done in a kind and graceful way. So Ellen, you should know that we will always be walking with David, and we ask that David continue to know our love and our presence. Amen? Amen.
I will place 2 stones in the cairn for our unspoken joys and concerns, and 1 in our glass vial for all those affected by gun violence, children and others.
You know, it's always a special day when our worship services are led by the youth. And this morning, in their opening words, Alessandra and Oliver reminded us of the Greek myth of Icarus. Using wings made of feathers and wax to escape from the labyrinth, Icarus was warned by his father to not fly too high or too low, because both the sun up above and the sea down below could destroy his wings. And as we know, even though he listened to his father and even though he heard his words, Icarus flew too high, melting the wax in his feathers, causing him to fall. Ugh. Our children are not our children. This is what Khalil Gibran wrote in his book, The Prophet. He said, "They are not our children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through us, but not from us, and though they are with us, they belong not to us." Years ago, the minister of the UU Church of Cohasset, Massachusetts, the Reverend Elizabeth Tarbox, responded to that by saying, "Although my child belongs not to me, she is my child, and she always will be." And she went on to say that she watched her daughter as she ran up the driveway on that second day of school, bouncing along in her white ankle socks, her stride-right sandals, and a summer dress that was hand-sewn by her English grandma. She watched her daughter at the ages of 8 and 9, 2 little braids with a Cookie Monster lunchbox. In the afternoons, Elizabeth Tarbox, the mother, would drop what she was doing and she would run out to meet the bus, because those were the days that her daughter was little enough to be swept up in her arms and unembarrassed by her affection. She watched her daughter carry a trombone case and a school bag that kept getting heavier, trudging up their driveway on cold winter mornings when she was in junior high, when no one wore a winter jacket or socks, no matter how much snow covered the yard. And she watched when her daughter's boyfriend came to meet her in his car, and she saw them walking arm in arm, he carrying her trombone case. And then, as she watched her daughter asking questions of the admissions officer at a liberal arts college, she knew that she could count the number of days that she had left to watch her daughter from the window. And she wrote, "O Spirit of life, watch my child when I cannot. Encircle her with love, protect her from a world which has become cynical. Knowing that I cannot stop time, not even for a moment, and freeze the picture of her from my window, let me hold her gently in my memory. Let all those children that she once was remain joyful spirits, enriching my reminiscences. Spirit of life, watch all our children. Keep them safe as they adventure toward adulthood, and let them turn and wave to us as they step out of our care and into the world of their making." I loved these images that Elizabeth Tarbox created, and over the years, her words became somewhat of a prayer for me, as I've watched many kids from this church, including my own 2 daughters, grow up and fly off. So I will close with a message specifically for those youth who are here in this room today, those who are speaking and those who are not. To you, young people, we want you to know that we are glad you are here. This is a brave, safe space where you can be yourself, where you can figure out what is true and right for you. It's really a great place to grow up. And as you begin to unfold and trust your own wings, you can know Unitarian Universalists will stand by you, and we will be here at this congregation of the Low Country whenever you feel like you need to come home. And now, we are looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
Hi, I'm Ashley Trexler, and I'm the adult facilitator for Color Outside the Lines Bluffton Youth Group. Almost exactly 1 year ago, I watched Addison, Alessandra, and Alma form the idea for a truly inclusive youth group for kids ages 11 to 17. Oliver, Jozee, Reid, and others soon joined in. As their youth group grew, grades went up, moods improved and more kids started showing up. Students who hid behind cell phones emerged to be some of our most engaged members. Those reasons alone are more than enough to call this group a success. But to me, the biggest win is that these tweens and teens, known for having very strong opinions, as all teenagers do, started exploring the spaces in between being completely right and completely wrong. That ICE may be wrong, but maybe Sheriff Tanner is just doing what he thinks is best. That anti-DEI policies and homophobia are created by people who are scared of what they do not understand or fear will harm them. These kids started creating space even for the very people that would rather see this group not exist. These days, we have regular volunteering, improv acting games. Kids too anxious to speak now have to be told to quiet down. And when they're asked to volunteer, I very rarely hear a no. They're currently fundraising to take an overnight trip to sleep under the sea at the Georgia Aquarium, hopefully in late January, and to form a not-for-profit. They didn't start this group because everything was easy, or because they had all the answers. They started it because they needed something that did not exist, a place where they could be fully, authentically themselves, where you could be yourself with no judgment, take risks, make mistakes, and still be held safely by your community. I think about that moment when Icarus laughed as he fell, not because of the failure, but because our students are daring to do what Icarus did, to look for the joy in doing something different. Color Outside the Lines has wind beneath its wings, all because a group of kids keep showing up. And now Alessandra will share words on Alma's behalf. One of our founding members, Alma's journey to starting Color Outside the Lines is about taking that same leap of faith. It's about recognizing what was missing and having the courage to create it. After that, Oliver will explore looking for the good, even in the bad. Jozee will lead us in a loving kindness meditation, and Alessandra will share thoughts on gratitude and values, with Reid closing us out with a short poem. Thank you all for being here, and enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alessandra Denena, speaking Alma's words today. The idea for Color Outside the Lines started after going to Atlanta Pride last year. It was a wonderful experience to be around so many people like me. We went to this little teen hangout spot at Pride, and it was the coolest to have a place to be with people who kind of understood me. I felt out of place my entire life because we didn't have the best queer representation here. Growing up, feeling like I was the only one of me was not the best feeling. But the teen hangout was like pure queer joy, and we wanted to recreate the feeling of unjudged joy here at home. So we started Color Outside the Lines. I can't believe our little project got this far. I'm a little flabbergasted. We started around Miss Ashley's dining room table with 3 students from different schools across Bluffton and Hilton Head, representing Montessori, public school, and homeschool, and 2 moms. Then it was 5, then 7, all with the same mission. Create a community meant for us. We brainstormed new acronyms for LGBTQIA+, came up with Cobalti Pug as our mascot, and Addison illustrated him. Together, we built our mission statement, our ground rules, our structure, and even the website. We realized early on that while we wanted to create an LGBTQ+ safe space, we didn't want it to be exclusive. We wanted a place where friends whose families might not share our beliefs could be welcomed. We focused on creating a space where there is no judgment and people can be themselves, regardless of religion, politics, and identity. Because excluding people for not being LGBTQ+ or an ally wouldn't make us any better than the people we are fighting against. We grew kind of slow, but we did. Friends showed up, and then friends of friends, and then friends of friends of friends. Some people found out about us online or from a poster or flyer. What started in a dining room expanded to take over more of Miss Ashley's house, and then found a home here at UU. Our tiny idea for an inclusive teen space became something real. Thank you for sharing your space with us. I despise Mondays, because who looks forward to school? But I do look forward to Color Outside the Lines every day. I love all the people in our group, and I love how supportive everyone is. We've created a place where everyone belongs, where there's art, games, real conversations, community, and most importantly, People who genuinely get why creating inclusive space matters. Having a safe space and safe people is so important, and I'm very grateful for mine. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's wonderful to see you all here today. I'm Oliver, and I'm here today as a representative of Color Outside the Lines to talk to you about finding the good in what is often seen as bad. Every encounter we have, whether seen as good or bad, has a lesson to be learned. Every bad experience teaches us how to be better. Before we can talk about finding the good, we must first understand what good is. Being good is maintaining respect for things and people around you, but most importantly, maintaining respect for yourself. Being able to face hard and hurtful situations with forgiveness, patience, care, understanding, empathy, and most importantly, love. I recently went through an experience I view as a very important life lesson. I was introduced to this guy, and we started talking. We sat and talked, which led to more talking, which led to us being together in a relationship. I gave him my trust, told him to hold it carefully, and he did. I told him my fears and hopes, how I was scared of committing myself to him, and he listened. A couple of weeks later, he started hanging out a lot more with this one girl. Again, I told him how I was nervous about his new friend, but I trusted him. It turns out he was not fully honest with me and did not make good decisions with her. He hid his feelings from me because he was scared that I would be upset and lash out at him for liking another person while he was dating me. He let his own fear consume him, and it hurt us both in the end. We broke up, and he got with his new girl, and I later found out he was lying to me a lot more than I had thought. Learning all of this was heartbreaking. I lent him my trust, gave him access to my heart, and he played with it like a toy. While all of this sounds horrible, in the end, it was a great experience. I learned minute things like not to trust liars and cheaters, but more importantly, I learned that I can live with the pain and discomfort of knowing I wasn't the one. I learned what I would have done if I could relive it. When I had told my friends what had happened, most of them told me the same thing. Cut him off and rid him completely from your life. But I refused to listen to that advice. A typical reaction when hurt by somebody is to shut that person off, to run or push away access to that hurt. This can often blind us of what we should actually be doing. When you allow for fear, anger, jealousy, or pain to completely take over, you forget to protect your peace. I could have let my hurt consume me, lash out at him and the girl, tell them how horrible of a person they are, how I'll never forgive them and they should live a horrible life. But I didn't do that, and I'm grateful every day I did not do that. And I've talked a lot about what I could have done, what I was told to do, and what I didn't do, but how about how I actually handled the situation? I forgave them. I forgave both of them for lying, cheating, and letting their fear take over them. I forgave myself for not acting on what I saw might happen in the future. I forgave myself for being so trusting, and I forgave myself for getting hurt. Forgiveness where it doesn't seem right is how you protect your peace and keep your dignity. I wish them a good life, hoping they would be happy together, and they are. I'm sharing this story with you because I think it reflects a lot on seeing the good. While most people my age would label this whole fiasco as a hurtful and negative experience, I'm able to see it as something to grow and gain wisdom from. I now know to ask questions and not settle for things just so you can maintain being in a relationship. This idea carries into all aspects of life, not just relationships. Being open to different ideas, ways of life, and perspectives is incredibly important to seeing the good in others and in the world. A couple of years ago, I would have gagged at the idea of standing on this stage speaking to a crowd. I would have let the fear of being uncomfortable control me, and I refused to see another way. It's crazy to think about, but limiting your views, actions, and perspectives truly limits yourself. If you think there is only one side to a story, you have not read it completely. As humans, when we believe something to be true, we want to share it with others, want them to believe it to be true as well. When this happens, we often fail to see that there can be more than one correct choice. Life is like a multiple choice test. We must consider all options. Fear of the known and unknown, being able to remove yourself from your own perspective, and seeing the good in situations all go hand in hand. making an effort to understand what you fear, understand what you don't know, and understanding others, it all leads to a happier life. It is understanding that bad things will always happen, but we can change how they affect us. My current favorite saying for this reason is, I love those who've wronged me, and I'm grateful for the hardships that they gave me. When we are hurt, the best thing to do is be thankful we were given the experience and grateful to have the opportunity to grow from it. I've mentioned a lot how pain and so-called failures lead to wisdom, but what does that really mean? Have you ever taken a math test and been so confident you got the answers correct, but gotten it back and you were just totally wrong? What did you decide to do about it? You have two choices in that situation. You can be upset with your results and hope next time you have better luck, or you can think back on what you got wrong, relearn that material, and use it as experience and a reference for what to do next time. Life is like that as well. We can sit with the pain and anger and let it consume us, or we can think back and truly reflect. What made me happy? What do I miss? What exactly am I hurting from? What previous experiences led up to this point and the possibility of me even feeling this way? What can I take away from this and apply to future situations? What could we all improve on? These are the questions I want you to ask yourself anytime you cannot see the good. Finding the good in life translates to learning and growing from those bad experiences. Forgive your enemies, forgive life from its hardships, but most of all, forgive yourself. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jozee. I have something short I wrote before I guide us through the meditation. It's kind of like a poem. It's called They Loved Me. When I was at the lowest, I found a group that loved me for me. They accepted me when I couldn't even accept myself. They were here for me when I found myself pacing, when I was too scared to tell people what I actually felt about myself. They were here when I needed a friend, when I needed a shoulder to cry on, when I needed a hand to hold, when I needed a heart to fix my own. They were here with their arms open wide, and so with their hearts. They helped me so much to be myself. I used to try to hide, and I hated things about myself. They showed me how to love myself, and I know that I'm here for them, and they're always here for me, because we're all a big family. They love me, and I love them. They love me for all their flaws, and I love all their flaws, because this is my group. I belong here. We all do, forever and always. As we continue, I'd now like to guide us through a brief loving-kindness meditation. A loving-kindness meditation is an ancient practice, simple but powerful, where we all deliberately cultivate our feelings of warmth and compassion towards ourselves and others. We don't force it, we just gently direct our attention and intentions. Today, following what Oliver shared, we're going to focus on sending love and light to someone that we've had conflict or difficulty with, not to excuse their actions or pretend like the hurt never happened, but to release what we're carrying, to wish them well, and to free ourselves. So let's begin. Find a comfortable position. You can close your eyes if that feels right, or just soften your gaze. Take a few deep breaths, slowly through your nose and out through your mouth. Now bring someone to your mind that you do not feel gratitude for, someone who hurt you, or disappointed you, or wronged you. Don't force it, just let someone come to your mind naturally. See them, acknowledge the hurt that they caused you, because that's real, and that matters. Now silently repeat these phrases to yourself. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, and may you live with peace. Repeat them gently at your own pace. You're not saying that they deserve it. You're not saying that what happened was okay. You're saying, I release this and I wish you well, and I free myself. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. and may you live with ease. Now bring that same compassion to yourself. You've been hurting. You've made mistakes. You've forgiven, and you have been forgiven. Now repeat for yourself. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. And may I live with ease. Take one more deep breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes or lift your gaze. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alessandra. Most of you know me as a regular on Sundays and one of the kids who started Color Outside the Lines. Our youth group is all-inclusive for ages 11 to 17 who are looking for a judgment-free space to hang out and make friends. Our core values guide everything we do. Our main value is to make everyone feel safe, a privilege not many people have. Our second core value is to create an LGBTQ+ safe space that is not exclusive, a place where anyone can be welcomed regardless of their beliefs or identity. I used to go to a homeschool co-op called Learn Together Low Country. It was a Christian missionary co-op, meaning they taught history and science from a religious perspective. I don't identify as Christian and was there for the classes and friends, but some parents and kids didn't like that. One day, a few kids asked me on the playground, "Why aren't you Christian?" That was like asking me to tell you the meaning of life without offending anyone. So I said, "I don't know," and walked away. They didn't like that either. They pressured me to become religious until I eventually left. There were other reasons too. I was accused of being anti-DEI because I stood up for a gay person, but that was the main one. I respect all religions, but only if they don't pressure people to join them. I did not feel safe or respected at that co-op. Unfortunately, many people will feel that way for most of their lives. This is why we started Color Outside the Lines. It might seem like a basic thing, creating an inclusive space, but we realized that if we had just had an LGBTQ+ oriented space, some people wouldn't be able to join us because their parents or caretakers don't share our beliefs. We all agreed that excluding people for not being LGBTQ+ or an ally wouldn't make us any better than the people we are fighting against for being exclusive. It's not about hiding who or what we are, we just want for people to be able to come. So people could feel respected and safe during their most awkward years. Making people feel included and safe is a main value for us. Which brings me to this month's theme, gratitude. Gratitude can be tough to practice sometimes, as humans are selfish beings. But if something good happens to you, you should be grateful. And you don't have to wait for something to happen. You can make it happen. Being grateful is hard, especially these days. But if you can find something to be grateful for, you can help others be grateful too. As a youth group, we're grateful for community, for the people who show up and support us. We get to make a difference by helping people feel safe and included, and to go out into the community to help others do the same. Ask yourself what you're grateful for whenever you wake up or go to bed, when you're in traffic and someone's honking, or when you've had a bad day. Being angry is harder than being happy. You have to put so much more energy into being mad. Same with gratefulness. It is harder to be ungrateful than it is to be grateful. Oscar Wilde wrote, "Never regret thy fall, O Icarus of the fearless flight, for the greatest tragedy of them all is to never feel the burning light." Never regret thy fall. Don't regret taking the risk towards your happiness. Don't regret the failure or the crash. O Icarus of the fearless flight. Have gratitude for your own courage, for the greatest tragedy of them all is to never feel the burning light. The real tragedy isn't the fall. It's that if you don't try, you can't fall. It's better to fall while reaching towards something you care about than to never fall at all. So be grateful. Icarus laughed as he fell because he had flown. He had completed what he had dreamed of doing. Even though he failed, he was grateful he tried in the end. I hope we all do the same. Thank you.
Can y'all hear me right? All right, so I am Reid. This is an excerpt from The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And a youth said, "Speak to us of friendship." And he answered, saying, "Your friend is your needs answered. He is your field which you sow with love and reap with thanksgiving. And he is your board and your fireside. For you come to him with your hunger, and you seek him for peace."
So actually, Trexler and I had a moment of sign language while we were trying to get ourselves caught up. I did not want to stop. And so I was waiting for more fun stuff from the kids. Guys, you're awesome. Let's make them feel how special and fun. Y'all don't do that when I stop. So to Ashley and Color Outside the Lines, to the children who are not children, who are adults here. And now the extinguish. Oh, final remarks. Do you have some? I've been informed that we're done.
Okay. And with that, we will extinguish, oh my goodness, our flaming chalice. Jalen will lead us, and the words are in your order of service. Ready?
Go. While we extinguish this flame, we in our hearts the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment until we are together again.
Ready?